Okay, so this article will be speaking about the census, which was supposed to be hosted in 2021 in India, because the last one was hosted in 2011. But 2021 there was COVID, and right after COVID got over, we had our elections, and because of all of these reasons, we were not able to hold our census yet. Let's check it out. Let's check out this quite fun topic about next census should be the last enumeration based one. Ah man, this is a premium article. But too sad. I already have the article copied and pasted, which is quite sad. But then this is because I had subscribed to the newspaper, the physical copy, and I was telling you guys about it yesterday. So I had just taken a photo of it, extracted the text, and here we have it. So I think there's some quite important, interesting information hidden in this article. So let's go ahead and break it down. Next census should be the last enumeration-based one. So what is enumeration-based census? Enumeration-based census. Enumeration-based census is a traditional method of collecting information about a population by visiting households in person. Enumerators use questionnaires to gather information. So every time census happens, the way they do it is they get a hold of a few local government workers. Let's say these Anganwadi school teachers, Anganwadi school staff, or let's say government school teachers who are there locally in government schools, which are spread across the country. So people like this who are sent to different houses in each area. They've divided into different houses, and they go to a house, they ask a few questions, they have like a small questionnaire. So that is like a enumeration based census, and then they stick on nice sticker, census done, and then they go. So that is enumeration based census. Okay, according to media reports, India is likely to begin conducting the long delayed census exercise and complete the survey within 18 months. So realistically, the final census report might be available sometime in late 2026 or 2027, with a roughly 16-year gap since the last census of 2011. The COVID pandemic, however, is cited as the primary reason for the delay in the census. As per a United Nations report, in the interim, India surpassed China in population. There have been significant changes in demographics too. House Khas, a posh neighborhood in southern Delhi with affluent urbanites, was partly designated as rural in 2011, for example. What? HAUZKHSAS. They're basically telling that this is not a village, bro. But they had considered this as a village. I mean, this place doesn't really look like a village. It has a few, look, bars and restaurants fined over while violating noise pollution norms. Delhi News. Okay. So they have a socials, bro. Come on. Okay. So these are the discrepancies that you find. And the United Nations report, UN report on Indian population. The population of India, which is expected to remain the world's largest throughout the century, will likely decline by 12% after reaching its peak in the early 2016s at about 1.7 billion. The UN report published by the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs Population Division said. There you go. They have like a graph. Look at this number, India. Yeah. So China projections are it's going to go down. India projections are it's going to go way up. China was the most populous in 1970 only. They had 823 million. India had 558 million. And in 50 years, India is like, okay, watch out. And one person almost became 3 people. China, one person became like 3/4 people. No, I mean 1/3 people. But yeah. Okay. As per a United Nations report in the interim, okay, done. While many people are worried that India has been operating without proper data for a long time, in today's world there remains a significant discrepancy between reality and the data available, even for decennial census. This discrepancy is especially noticeable as the decade-long gap draws to a close. In actuality, the decennial format of the census actually was merely a compulsion, because conducting a census was a mammoth and prohibitively expensive undertaking. Let's check. Census 2011 expenditure. The 2011 census of India cost around 2,200 crores, which is $250 million. This is less than 50 cents per person, which is below the global average of $4.60 per person. The census involved 2.7 million officials visiting households in towns and villages. Damn. Classified the population by gender, religion, education, and occupation. Nice. Also included the socio-economic and caste census. 2011 census. But $250 million is honestly not too much for like hosting a census and all. It certainly makes sense that if census exercises were conducted more frequently, a number of policies and their execution, as well as socio-economic and health-related studies, might be dynamically adjusted to observe the findings. By observing the findings, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, of course. An idea to pursue. For the past few years, the writer has personally supported register-based and dynamic census, which could furnish up-to-date census data whenever needed. The database would be updated continuously in real time during a dynamic census. Reportedly, a few years ago, India was preparing software by which the birth date of a child will come into the back end of a database of the census registry, and after attaining the age of 18 years, this person would be registered as a voter in the voter list from the office of the census registrar. The name would be removed from the voter list upon death. Yeah, this is kind of what we need to do digitally, because digital India and everything, we've been taking strides towards digital India, and all because of this one man who developed India Stack completely from scratch. It's just his brainchild, and man, thank you, sir. We're all the most grateful to you. Yeah, so I was just reading a stat somewhere that if not for India Stack and if not for all of these digital transformations that we saw, to basically get them implemented according to the so-called projections, according to however India was going in that direction, when they extrapolated it, they told that India would need at least 45 years to realize all the changes that this one man got in just like a span of 9 years, 10 years. So he saved us like 35 years of evolution, digital evolution, and digital penetration has been to the maximum level. As we all know, there's a common saying that UPI is also being used by vegetable vendors and everybody, which is so true, all because of one man and his vision and the team that he built around him, and the fact that he inspired his team to go ahead and push for that vision. And amazing, man, amazing. 69 years old, 1955. Okay, global trends. This is a fun part. This could be a significant leap in the direction of a dynamic database. However, India's next census, which will be the nation's first digital census, may be a complete enumeration. On the other hand, a number of countries, including Austria, Bahrain, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Greenland, the Netherlands, Singapore, Sweden, and Switzerland, are currently moving towards register-based census, which produce useful statistics primarily from government sources using data from various administrative registers, which include population, tax, employment, school, hospital records, and data from municipalities. So they are moving towards register-based census. Okay, so yeah, a census that uses existing administrative data from government registers to create a population database. Okay. These may be complemented by some well-planned small-scale sample surveys such as those conducted in Switzerland with 5 to 10% of the population. Even the United States and UK are moving towards register-based census. So, but unsurprisingly, such a census exercise will be cost-effective too. For instance, the cost of the 2011 census in Austria was $72 million, was 72 million pounds. However, when the register-based approach was implemented in 2011, the cost fell to 10 million pounds. The United Kingdom government declared in 2014 that statistics derived from frequent and timely administrative data will take the place of the decennial census after 2021. Further, in order to produce its official figures, the Office for the National Statistics in the UK has recently begun to gather more data, reliable data of course, even from private companies. Examples of this include data collected from supermarket scanners, and data on cars and trains from Auto Trader and railway delivery groups. Notably, India already has an Aadhaar-centric database, unlike UK, and reportedly a few years back, the Home Minister asked officials to devise a strategy to merge the voter card, Aadhaar card and other databases into the census database. Pretty cool. Overall, such an exercise might usher in an era of dynamic, continuous census. The greatest legacy of digital India might be that it can be implemented. Let the upcoming census be India's last complete enumeration-based census.